want to do another quick video. It's going to be kind of a combination video here. I have some drivability, reliability stuff that I wanted to kind of cover that I get questions about, which the short answer is that it runs perfect. But that's kind of going to be in the beginning of the video. I have some racing clips that I wanted to put into the middle to the end there, and then I ended up at a drag racing event, kind of cash chase things at the end there, that if you want to check that out. So as you can see, one thing that we cannot hide is it is dirty. It is covered in bugs and dirt and everything you can think of, except for there's no fluids or anything because it's still mint. It's dirty because we drive it all the time. So let's talk more about that, because I get tons of questions, tons of messages. Hey, what is it like on a drivable basis? If, you know, between this RPM, if you're just cruising, what does your car do? So just kind of want to dive into that a little bit, okay? So this is built by Race Proven Motorsports. It is a C6 Z06. It's their stage 4 package, okay? So it's an all-motor car. It's an LS7 7-liter. What's the drivability like? I have 0 issues. Now let's preface this conversation, guys, with just like this car is probably one of the lowest horsepower stage 4s from Race Proven Motorsports. It only made 620 wheel. They've had stage 4 cars make 680 wheel. And my only point in telling you that is that the proof is in the pudding that every car is different. You might get a stage 3 package that's going to walk my stage 4 package out the door. Every car is different. So this is truly my experience with this car, this package, this clutch, and just tell you what you may experience is going to be something similar. They're very consistent, clearly, in their builds. They've been doing this a long time. And in my opinion, they are the best builder of these cars, period, hands down, in the world. No question asked. So let's dive more into it. Believe it or not, guys, this car will get north of 20 miles to the gallon on the highway when you are cruising. 70 miles an hour, I don't like to lug the LS7, so I try to make sure I keep it above 70 just because that final gear, 6th gear, is so low. You know, it's such a long gear. But as far as being able to drive it all the time, and especially in this economy with crappy gas mileage, and you're sitting there thinking, well, I have a 620 horsepower to the tire LS7 with some larger injectors, it's going to go through fuel. I'm going to get 5 miles to the gallon. Well, if you beat on it, absolutely, you're going to get trash gas mileage. But if you're talking about, hey, I just want to drive this thing around and I'm not going to beat on it all the time, it is doable. The gas mileage is not that bad. Can't believe I'm bringing up fucking gas mileage in my video. Anyways, so as far as the car on drivability, so I have some people being like, hey, between 2,000 and 4,000 RPMs, if I'm just cruising, it surges and shit. I know that it is possible with the way that this entire setup works with the cam and everything, that you could see some mild drivability stuff between those RPMs. I mean, for Christ's sakes, it's a 427 cubic inch V8 that has a 200, don't quote me, I think it's 252 degree duration on the cam, which means it is a big cam, guys. So to get drivability out of something like this, so you're asking a lot out of the car at this point. You got to understand what you're getting into. You're asking a lot out of the car. It is a 7-liter that's pushing probably 700 crank. If we were to throw this motor on an engine dyno, it would probably make 700 horsepower. And it's all motor. No boost, nothing like that. And also to be able to get that kind of, the drivability I have out of it is absolutely amazing. I was completely blown away. I was expecting to get more of a race car back. You know, the clutch, once the clutch gets to the temperature it likes, it works perfectly. So just keep that in mind, that it is absolutely doable. There's just some nuances that come along with this type of build and this type of car. I have to push a bunch of boost through this car to beat this car. This car is more likely to break than this car. It just is what it is. So you can't, you know, this is almost like having your cake and eating it too. It really is. So just kind of take that into consideration as you're thinking about doing the build or what you're getting into. You could see some mild stuff in there. I don't see any of that though. You could be just like me where I don't see anything. It runs absolutely flawless. I truly enjoy it on a daily basis. It doesn't lug around, doesn't, it's not like I can't take my, my lady out in it and she freaks out and says this thing is jerking me around and sucks. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. So I would still recommend it, guys. Really would. All right, time to head out. Let's go gap some fools. Hang tight if you guys want to see some runs in the car. Got some fast cars to take care of today.